Howdy. First, I want to say that overall you did a good job on your analysis for these problems. Your analysis in parts A and B of this problem are spot on. Like you said, National Bank would have a security interest in the check and the promissory note in part A, and in part B, National Bank would have a continuing perfected security interest in the deposit account, since a deposit account is considered cash proceeds and thus satisfied Rule 315, parent D2. Where I think you're getting tripped up is on Part C. I think I recall in Part C1 you confused the computer that DoubleQuick purchased with cash proceeds as inventory and not equipment. Here, in this scenario, a computer would be equipment, and thus National Bank would have to amend their financial statement to reflect the new collateral and keep their perfection. We know the computer is not inventory because inventory sort of assumes that this piece of property is a good that is sort of used up or consumed in the process of business, where a computer really isn't used up, if that makes sense. And then in part C2, I think you confused the new parts that DoubleQuick received as goods, which is technically correct, but they should be classified as inventory since UCC 9-102, parent 48 defines inventory in one way as goods that are consumed in a business. Here, the parts are inventory since they will be consumed and turned into complete microwave ovens at some point. And since the parts are inventory and the original financial statement already covers inventory, the National Bank would get a perfected security interest in the new parts without needing to amend their statements. Now, for Part D1, if the financial statement said that National Bank had a security interest in all assets instead of just inventory, that would make the analysis for C1 look identical to C2 in the original problem, ignoring D2 at this point. The chain of proceeds automatically gets a security interest attached to them, and now the computer would be covered under the original financing statement, since the computer, although it is equipment, would still be considered an asset for the purposes of the financing statement. Under 9-315 parent D3, National Bank would gain a perfected security interest in the computer beyond the 20-day limitation. And for D2, the words inventory and proceeds thereof, to me, acts the same as saying all assets for the purposes of analyzing problems C1 and 2. It definitely covers the original collateral's inventory and proceeds thereof, and could mean literally anything that the inventory is turned into through disposal by DoubleQuick. Thus, National Bank would get a perfected security interest in the equipment and inventory that came out of selling the original collateral and beyond the 20-day limitation. But again, overall, good job with the analysis. I think there are a couple tricky things, and well, good luck.